Alright, I think this might be a very good contender to be in my top 5 of 2025. This is the Western Rise Voyager Tech Sling. And Western Rise, to me at least, was always a brand with... Hi. Hey little one. So Western Rise for me was always a brand which I kind of thought of with merino wool items or clothing, jackets, t-shirts and stuff like that. But now they have the Voyager lineup of bags, and this is one of the few bags in that lineup. This is the Voyager Tech Sling, and I really do believe that not only is this incredibly well made, good looking, but extremely usable and versatile for my personal use case. This is fairly slim and small, but has so much capacity that I was able to fit so many items in here and carry those items on a daily basis. And yeah, maybe before I go over what I specifically like about this bag the most, let's go over everything that I got inside. So the beauty of this bag is it has a main compartment and a small little zippered slot here in the bag, which I utilize for the most important parts that I do not really want to lose, which is my wallet. At the moment, I am reviewing the PunCube wallet, which is a cool wallet, but I have to admit, while it is very cool that you can kind of fan out your cards like so, similar to the extra wallet that I really like, it's a little bit cumbersome. It's not as useful as I would like. It's more of a gimmick, but that being said, the wallet looks beautiful with this titanium and the Bill's clip here in the back. I will do a proper review, but yeah, for now, PunCube mechanical wallet, or I'm not really sure what it's actually called, but it's PunCube. It's a cool wallet. I keep that here in the pocket in the back so it is close to my body and it won't get pickpocketed by anyone. Because this is a slim wallet and I have it in this pocket, I kind of wanted to utilize the space next to it with a similar thick item, and this is my new Nightcore NB Air 5000 mAh power bank. I really like this for being this small and slim, and with 5000 mAh it won't kind of fully charge my phone, but it will give me plenty of juice to kind of give me some juice in a pinch. What's really cool about this power bank is not only is it small and very, yes, slim and still has plenty of juice, but it's also fairly durable. Yeah, I really like this power bank in combination, especially with this fairly small Nightcore USB-C cable to charge my phone in a pinch. Because this is so small, it fits really good next to the PunCube wallet inside this pocket, because they are fairly close to each other in terms of thickness, so they fit in here quite well. Now, going to the main compartment of the Voyager Tech Sling. This is a dual zipper with a YKK AquaGuard zipper, so everything inside is fairly protected from the elements. So let's open this up. The beauty of this is that you can actually open up this sling bag so wide, like so, that it is very easy to get to your stuff. If you have seen my Air City Sling 3 Ultra Collection review, you might remember that I didn't really care for that sling bag because everything inside felt a little bit cramped and very difficult to get inside and outside. Because you can open up this sling bag this wide, it is so easy to get your stuff inside, but also to get it outside and then close it up, and everything gets kind of compressed without kind of crushing everything inside. So just this opening makes this bag so amazingly awesome to use, because as I said, you can get everything very easy inside and outside. Now, first and foremost, you have these two compartments separated by this small little wall. You have lots of small little slots to organize all of your items. In the front, I always keep my phone, which is the Samsung Fold 5, MVP of my channel. I love this phone. Not going to go over this a lot, but what I want to kind of highlight is that this phone is fairly thick, and therefore most of the time it gets kind of crammed inside most sling bags, for example the Air City Sling 3. But in this case I was able to fit everything inside without having trouble getting it in or out, but also nothing gets kind of crammed inside. So a very thick phone is in the front. Then my headphones of choice at the moment, these are the AceFast AceFast Air. I will link all of these items in the description below, especially because I kind of forgot the name. What I really like about these are open ear headphones that are on top of your ear and don't go inside your ear. So when you're walking your dog, you still can hear everything that is going on around you. And yeah, because I forgot the name, I will link all of those items in the description below. Those are affiliate links. With those you won't pay more, but you will support this channel with a small kickback of that sale. And if you do so and you buy anything with those links and you support this channel, thank you very much. So AceFast open ear earbuds, my headphones, really like these. These are in this front pocket. Then you have a small little, not sure if you can really see that. Oh, here is a small pocket with a mesh. I use this to keep fresh doggy bags in here. Also create some more padding from the outside. So if my phone is in here, due to the doggy bags being here in the front, there is some padding. So if anything kind of bumps against this, it will kind of protect my phone inside this pocket if it's in here like so. Besides that, I got nothing in that pocket. And you just saw something slipping out. In the other pocket, I have my Anbernic RG35XX Plus gaming device. I love this. I kind of try to get away from social media by diverting my attention to something else. From one screen to another, I totally see the point that is not getting away from tech, but I'm getting away from social media by not being on Instagram on this phone. I'm playing retro games on this. I really can highly recommend the Anbernic 35XX Plus. Really cool gaming device. Then I have my DJI Pocket 3. This is just the case because it is filming me at the moment. It fits. Oh, that's my dog playing with his toy. Might be a little bit annoying now in the sound, but oh, he stopped. So anyways, the DJI Pocket 3 goes in here, and because you can open up this opening fairly wide, you are able to kind of push the DJI Pocket 3, which is small but still somewhat bulky. You can push it right to the bottom and then close it up a little bit better and put the Anbernic on top of that DJI Pocket 3. Then inside these slots I have some fiber cloth to wipe off dirt off my glasses or a camera lens, some chapstick. It is still cold. It is April at the time of this recording and the sun is shining, but it's, to me at least, it's still a little bit cold if you are not in the sun, and that is why my skin on my hands is so dry, so I have to bring some lotion with me. Then in this pocket I have nothing here. You could fit, I would say, a small little tablet, maybe a Kindle or something in here, but there is a key leash, so I personally would probably not put anything fragile in here. There is a magnet to keep everything here in that pocket a little bit in place. You have a pen loop here. I usually keep a small little pen in this loop. Kind of forgot about it to put that back in here because I needed that pen, but that's basically it. So let's put that back here. Then my earbuds and my phone, and as you can tell already, you have so much space and the opening is so wide that it is very easy to put everything inside this main compartment. And then when you use these dual zippers, everything closes up so neatly and you can see already here, despite so many items inside this main compartment and the bag overall, the bag is fairly slim and has a very small footprint for a bag with 2.6 liters capacity. It is so efficient to pack all of these items inside. Moreover, on the outside of the strap, I attached a Grimlock and an S-binder to carry my Fuji XM5. I carry that on the outside of this strap when I'm walking my dog or when I'm just wandering around and want to take some pictures. This is a really cool way to carry it. And because this has a fairly small footprint, and I really want to emphasize this, despite all of the items inside, you don't really notice it on your body. It is fairly light considering all of the items inside. It is comfortable to carry around, and because it is so slim, just like for example the Alpaca Flight Sling that I reviewed last year, that I really enjoyed a lot, because this is so slim and has somewhat of a purse kind of shape, you don't notice it when you walk around, and I really like this. Even if it slides to the side of my body, almost underneath my armpit, you don't really notice it because it is so slim and doesn't kind of bulk out. That is something I really like about this sling bag a lot. And I do dig this stealthy black look. No logo, no other zippers or anything, so it kind of blends fairly well into your appearance, and I like that a lot. You actually are able to kind of detach these straps because they have these magnetic fit locks secured underneath this kind of hidden away back panel, so you can detach those and then utilize this whole pouch as a tech pouch. So multi-purpose, love it. I really like when an item is multi-purpose, but I utilize this as a sling bag. And to kind of underline that this is tech pouch, you have this top handle on the top to kind of be able to carry it like this, maybe like a flight pouch if you don't have the straps attached here, or to get it better out of your backpack. You have a small little logo here, which is also a good attachment point if you want to attach a carabiner on this side, for example. But other than this little logo and some branding on the zipper pulls, there aren't any logos on here, so it is a very stealthy pack. And I really enjoyed using this because it is fairly slim, it doesn't get in your way, the build quality is amazing. There is no padding on the straps, but I feel like if there would have been padding, it would have gotten a little bit more bulky, and because it is 2.6 liters in capacity, and although I was able to fit so many items inside, it wasn't uncomfortable to carry around it with these straps that have no padding at all. The buckle is a fitlock style buckle. You know that I don't really care for fitlock usually, but I have to say this is actually fairly secure, and I didn't come across an accident where I accidentally opened the buckle and the sling bag was kind of flying to the ground. So not my favorite type of buckle, but it's better than some of the fitlock buckles that, for example, Belroy uses. I really don't like those fitlock buckles, but this one is okay in my humble opinion. If I would have to be nitpicking, and you know that I like to kind of nitpick about stuff and try to find negatives just so you can evaluate if that negative applies to you, you can, as I said, open up this compartment fairly wide, and it has this somewhat accordion style opening. This fabric is good to keep everything in place and not let the opening kind of open up clamshell style and therefore send your items flying. But this little flap here sometimes gets stuck on the zipper if you want to close it, and something, for example, is kind of pushing in outward direction. Sometimes the fabric might get stuck. That was very rare, to be very fair, but it can happen. And I just wanted to mention that if it's fairly full and some of the items push this fabric towards the outside, then the zipper sometimes can kind of snag on that fabric. Not a big deal because it happens rarely. If you fill up all of the items inside, some of these slots can get a little bit in your way or you don't really use them. For example, this wall here has a zippered pocket. I didn't put anything into it because if you put it in here, it kind of bulks out and utilizes or occupies some of the volume of the main compartment. And to me, it was very important to have these main two sides of the main compartment as unobstructed as possible. So I did not put anything into this zipper here. And like with most bags, the more compartments you have, the more you kind of need to think about if you want to utilize those slots and compartments, and when you utilize those, what do you want to put inside, because they will get into each other's way. So yeah, I didn't utilize this zippered pocket at all. And then these slots here, they don't have any kind of elastic to keep items in place. So if you have smaller items in these slots, for example, this chapstick, when you're running, smaller items can kind of jump out of this slot and just land on there. Not a big deal, but to make this much more perfect, let's say that way, I would have loved some elastics or maybe some zippers to have smaller items be kept in place in these slots. But other than that, I really enjoy this bag, and I do believe that this could be in my top 5 of 2025 bags because A, it is very well made, good choice of materials, B, despite it, in air quotes, only being 2.6 liters, which in my use case is the perfect size of a sling bag. Not too big to get in my way, not too small to be fairly useless because I'm not able to carry all of my items. So it has the perfect size, and in combination with this opening that you can open up this wide and this accordion style layout of your main compartment means that you can not only fit so many items, but more importantly, it is very efficient to put stuff inside and also efficient to get them out. That makes this bag so useful for my use case. Then see the looks of this and the shape and the form factor. It looks cool, it looks stealthy in a way, and because it is very thin and not too bulky despite all of the items inside, it doesn't get in your way when you're walking. It doesn't obstruct you and doesn't get underneath your armpits and then your arm kind of bulks out because the sling bag is that bulky. So I really enjoy that a lot. And as I said, the negatives to me only are this little accordion fabric that sometimes, very rarely, gets in your way when you close the zipper. Then some of these slots could use some elastic or some zippers to kind of keep small items in place, and you kind of need to be aware of the fact that probably you won't use all of those slots and compartments because they will kind of occupy some of the volume. But that's basically it. This Voyager tech sling from Western Rise, I love it. Really, really good sling bag that you also, and I love this as well, that you can also use as a tech pouch once you detach the shoulder strap. And multi-purpose, love it. If you ever get a new sling bag, then just detach the shoulder straps and then you suddenly have a really cool tech pouch. Love this sling bag a lot. Again, all of the items mentioned in this video are linked below. Those are affiliate links. With those you won't pay more, but if you consider getting one of those items, you will support this channel with a small kickback of that sale. If you do so, thank you very much. And I would really love to know from you, what's your current favorite sling bag that you use the most and that is able to carry so many items whilst not getting in your way. I know that some of you like those bigger sling bags, for example the Chrome Cadet, that if I'm not completely mistaken, it's like 4 or 5 liters. I believe for me personally that is way too big. So I would really love to know what's the smallest size of sling bag that still carries all of the items that you want to carry on a daily basis. Let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to check out my other sling bag video, which was the alpaca flight sling, that is fairly similar to this one, check out the video up here. And YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button up here. I see you in the next video. Thank you very much.